Hey, Kiki the Hemi, y'all. What's good, what's good, what's poppin'? We have some fun live things right now because I have my crystal bag. I have Lenormand, I have tarot, Lenormand. It's French, y'all. I also have the potluck pot if y'all want your live readings potluck style because a lot of you like that. So that's right. If you feel it extra juicy and you want some everything soup version with all these different tarots and oracles and everything over here, we can do a potluck version. I'm gonna edit this title right now so it says it 'cause it doesn't let me on the phone that easily. So I'm gonna do that over here. Hop over. First, let me get this up and popping. Hope y'all are having a good day. It feels like 3 days ago that I was just on here talking to you guys, but that was this morning at like 6 a.m. I think I was on. So hey, thanks for coming through. And I just had such like blessed connections with everybody, like people messaging on Insta and email, new clients around the world, y'all, like mission worldwide, all types of cultures and countries and belief systems and just talents and gifts. And oh my gosh, I had so many artists coming in, people all along the spectrum of their success. So it's been a blessing. I really like connecting with y'all, and I'm very happy you're here. Oh look, okay, I have to show you. I looked at the bottom of the deck and it said big happy changes, and I've been getting that all day long. Big happy changes coming in for us. Yes, so congratulations to you. Congratulations to Lee. I love that so much. And yes, I still have the oracles from this morning, the abundance cards, the mermaids, the unicorns, and then we have the fairy tale Lenormand over here. As always, I always for the live use the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. I mix up so many different readings that I make sure I don't split that deck up into different readings, so that I always have it intact for the show, because I always call it a show because then the baby understands what I mean when I'm like, we gotta go do the show. Yeah, because some of the videos, like some of the decks, that's why I haven't used them, because I'll have them to the side for a reading, or I'll start doing, like, I have monthlies that I'm starting to do and different things like that, or personals, so they'll be set aside. And that's why you might be like, where did the other deck go? Why haven't we seen that one for a while? Or or it's in the potluck bag waiting to be sorted. Okay, so yes, let me know when you guys do pick your reading, and I'll remind you throughout the broadcast which one you want it to be, which method you would like for your readings today. I'm going to go over here while the chat is chill. It takes me but a second, and put a thumbnail on this live right now, because I like them to all be unified with a cute little Kiki with Hemi. And I'm going to put in the title that we're also doing crystals and Lenormand and the potluck version for this live, in case people are like, hey, I want to try that. Yes, it's a lot of rain here in the Midwest right now where I'm at. But it's not like dangerous rain like in Texas. Y'all, how are you doing? I haven't actually heard from any of our divine rebels from Texas for a minute, so I hope you guys are okay. I'm sure you have a lot to deal with depending on what area you're in. So definitely we always put protection and safety around everybody, period, dealing with tough stuff in life, and all the hurricane season, natural weather and disasters, not so natural weather disasters going on this planet. So we'll put crystals, Lenormand. I'm putting it in the title, y'all, if you're just tuning in. Lenormand. Okay. And I had to like say it in the French way to remember how to spell it. And potluck style 2. Oops. There we go. Bam. Save, and we got that done. Yeah, so I'm so glad y'all were liking today's video so far. A lot of people really like that and have reached out, so I love it. Okay. reverse it. Baby Magic and I saved this little cricket. So we've been seeing lots of crickets and grasshoppers, which are signs of good luck. Yay! And great leaps and bounds, like jumping ahead very quickly. Success coming, like that card says right there, big happy changes. And so that was good. But this one, poor little thing was on its back. And so we kept trying to flip it over and it would hop right as we flipped it over. So it would hop back onto its back. And I was just like, ain't that the way? This is how the universe feels, isn't it? Like anytime I'm having like a parenting difficulty or like a setback, I'm like, yep, this is how our ancestors and spirit guides feel, doesn't it? I'm like, come on, just let me help you flip over, little cricket. And it's like trying to, be impatient, hop, and lands right back on its back. So yes, that's what's hopping over here, guys. We got everybody chill, nap time for the little ones, and I got a little bit of time between some personal, so I was like, let me come over here and see what y'all doing. Hey Alana, how are you? Yes, I hope you're having a good day. Let me show you what these little cute fairy Lenormand. I got these when I was on my other channel. Yes, you're sitting in Cash App now. Perfect. Send it over, send it over. What's that? Come on over. That's early Christina Milian, which is funny because oh my gosh, Christina Milian. I watched her on Be Love a couple weeks ago. Christina Aguilera, come on over. Energy channeled in like that quick. It's Gemini moon. I know y'all Geminis understand. Sagittarians, come on. Aquarius, Virgos. Oh, I'm doing good. This morning was very stressful for me. It was a little chaotic. Like I said, this week's going out with a bang. I know once we hit, next week, it's gonna be like, okay, new energy, new vibe. So I'm just kind of like letting this week have its tantrum of whatever like wackiness it needs to have. That's the agreement I have with it. And then next week it better be on its best behavior. That's how I've been feeling. I'm so glad you're doing great. Yes. Ooh. Oh, if any of you, I think I said this on the other one, but if any of you guys use like those dog walking apps, let me know how that works, because sometimes Puppy has extra energy and I can't go at the moment. She's a husky, right? And I can't go at the moment, and I have my little health concerns sometimes, and I take her on a full run or something. So I'm wondering like how that works. I know they have reviews and all of that locally and stuff, but I just want to hear from someone. I haven't met anyone who's actually used it. So if any of y'all have ever done like the little like house sitting apps or the dog walker apps for the puppies, and just your experience, if you want to share on the channel ever, just let me know. Even if it's like you see this and then you go and comment on one of the videos or something, that's fine. I just want to like hear someone that I actually correspond with that's done it. Yeah. So we're doing readings right now, y'all. If you want to go ahead and send in $15 to Cash App or PayPal, we'll get your reading on. We're going to be doing Alana's reading as soon as it's sent in. So yes, let me know. I do a lot of astrological breakdown in the morning Kiki video. I know I usually try to do a little bit in each one because people come and see different lives, but I did a lot. I read like most of the chart, in a brief, concise kind of way. So if you guys want to check out that live, I probably won't do too much of the astrology on this one. But yes, we're in Gemini moon, and it's been making a grand square with Jupiter in Sagittarius, with Neptune in Pisces, and Mars in Virgo. And of course the sun is also in Virgo conjunct Mars. So a lot of mutable energy. Mutable signs are the signs that change their season, right? So they come at the end of their season, and they switch they have a bit of both feels to them, right? So Virgo season right now is changing us over. It's a transmuter as a mutable season, changing over from the summer vibe to the fall vibe, right? Because then in a couple of days, boom, autumn equinox, sun goes into Libra. That means it's fall. So you can feel that shift of energy when you go into Virgo season, and the same with the Pisces at the end of by the time we get to the end of Pisces season, we're feeling that spring vibe, right? It's a changeable season. Sagittarius does the same thing with winter and fall. Yes, I absolutely do birth chart readings. I love them. I am so passionate about astrology. I do just as much astrology as I do tarot. Yeah, so I know I need to show it on the channel more. So I'm trying to bring it in bit by bit. You know what it is? Y'all want to know the truth? I'm stingy with astrology, I think, because I like love it so much, and I don't like that people like rip it off. I've talked about this. Other astrologers do that, or I don't want to say other astrologers. I think people who aren't really astrologers but want to seem like they're Instagram astrologers, they steal everybody's stuff, and it hurts my feelings because I'm like passionate about astrology. I freaking love it so much. I think it's such deep medicine, and I have other star medicine as well in other ways, and so it's just something that's so personal, and I love it. So I think I need to start doing it more and sharing it more. But it's one of those things, like, people have literally asked me to write books, like self-publisher, or not self-publishers, publishers and stuff, and so I will, but it's hard for me to be concise sometimes because I just like, I can go and go and go and go about astrology. I love it so much. So yeah, like blog posts. Oh my gosh, I used to do like little blog posts and stuff, and then I'd want to write a whole textbook because I'd be so excited. But yes, you'll be seeing more astrology. Definitely when my website's up, you'll see more astrology, and I'm gonna start doing more blended tarot astrology readings and just showing y'all my astrology chops. If you want to see some of it, you can go on my Facebook page. I used to do more posts, and I'll try to get back into that. But y'all know I got so many wheels spinning right now, or plates. Yes, okay, payment sent. Perfect. I'll go ahead and see that. And whenever you're ready to put your question in, let me know. Anybody that wants to get a reading right now, we got crystals, Lenormand. We have the whole potluck style bag of tarot, oracle, Lenormand mix if you want that. It even has some of the song index cards. It has everything in there. Whatever kind of reading you want, let me know. If you guys have astrological questions you want to send in for me to do a reading on, some deciphering, go ahead and do that as well. Let's see. Everything's like taking its time. Hey Easer, I can see you on the phone, but I can't see you on the computer yet. You said, oh yes, you love reading my work. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for stopping in. Bye. Have a great one. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Okay. Well, I'm glad the stream's working because all of my other services are electronics back here are slowly buffering. But yes, if you already sent through the payment, go ahead and put your question whenever you're ready. If this thing doesn't stop. Oh, and I have the lighting. I just have the window open right now, a little natural lighting. Overcast, but you know, natural. Hey, Role Models 21. Hey, Amaris. Oh, everyone's coming in to chat. You're at work, but you would like to. Okay, I can't see the back of the phone. Okay, I'm like, come on, computer. The way the tripod's set, I have the back. There's this thing that covers the back of the phone so it can hold it, and I can't see all your comments all the way. I'm gonna have to take it out handheld. Look, I'm gonna take it out handheld for a minute. Okay. You said, hey, Hemi, you're at work but would like a reading, so you won't be able to respond. You would like to know, how does Tyler feel about you? Absolutely, yes. If you guys, you can always do that, y'all, too, because a lot of people are at work when I do readings, so you can always just send in your payment, send in your question, and I'll answer it for you. And if that's the case, it's good to let me know that you are at work, because then I'll leave it up to make sure that you can see it. Okay, how's it going for y'all now that Saturn's direct? It's been wonky. It's been a little wonky for me right now, but I think it's gonna be adjusting. I think it's gonna adjust. That's the agreement that I have. That's probably why I'm negotiating with astrology. You might do 2 questions. You wanted to know, what are his feelings for you, because he really won't open up about them, and the other question about advice for personal growth. Perfect. What are his feelings and advice for personal growth? I love it. A good 1-2 reading. Okay, so that is for Alana, and then we'll get into the one here for Amaris, which is, how does Tyler feel? Perfect. I'm reconnecting on the computer so I won't have to move y'all around. Sorry about that. There's a little interference over here with the weather. There we go. Now we pop it. Hey. Okay. Okay. How would you like me to do your reading? Do y'all? If you don't put a specific thing, I'll just assume it's tarot, which is great. But if you want me to do crystal casting or Lenormand or anything like that, let me know. You can relate, but you can definitely tell it's getting better slowly but surely. Definitely Saturn vibes. I do feel like this good feeling, like what we're investing in, it's going to happen, like that goals vibe. Like, woo, my throat chakra, my higher heart chakra just started spinning with that. Like, I know that, like, for a fact, that whole, like I've been saying all week, like, don't give up, like, it's going to happen, period. Like, that's it, that's in game. Like, I do feel like that, and like that we're recreating this earth realm and all of the good decisions and, you know, things that we're changing in the world. Like, we're going to make it happen. But yeah, it's just the Saturn, right? We got to get it right and all the slow in between steps, definitely. But thank you for bringing that up. Yes. All right, so here we go. For Alana. I wish I could hear the rain. Okay. For Alana. What are his feelings for Alana? All right, we have this one come off here. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Is that enough light for y'all? I can also put that on too. See if that helps. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Wearing my little house robe, y'all. It was chilly. We have the Ten of Wands, King of Swords, Four of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, and then bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands reversed, okay? And a leading card of Four of Cups. So, let's do it like that. All right, so what are his feelings for you currently? I do feel like his feelings are changeable. It's saying off the bat, note that, okay? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune here smack in the middle. It's it's this weird like stop go feeling, because we have the Six of Swords wanting to move forward, but we have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck pumping the brake. And so I feel like this person, they're gonna think about how they feel instead of just say how they feel directly. And then they'll think about should they feel that way before they tell you that they think that that's how they feel. It's kind of this kind of process, or even like earth moons can sometimes be like that. Like, is this a practical feeling to feel this feeling? And so it's a little bit of that energy that I'm seeing now. Overall, I am seeing positive and wanting to move forward, but I'm not seeing this person knowing how to put in the work for the relationship. I don't think that I feel like they're skeptical. I feel like they're skeptical and a bit cynical about how to get to a happy ending situation, and like just like the perfect fairy, and it makes it hard to believe that they could have a really, really good relationship that would stand the test of time. It looks like they want positive changes, but they're worried that like they're not going to be lasting. So we have this Four of Cups here. Like, they are in this deck, they are meditating. Like, it is a meditative state. Like, they are like aware that sometimes they're overly negative and that that's unnecessary and that they should be positive. So then they swing to the other side and they get super positive and they're like, okay, I'm trying to like figure out how to be in a relationship, but it's like they kind of swing back and forth, and it's at the core of it, they don't know how the happy ending will turn out at the end, and they feel like maybe they're a little bit silly for believing in that. Maybe they don't have many good examples of like lasting romantic relationships around them, and so they could really feel like, I don't know, like I'm trying to get there, right? I'm trying to steer, but I don't know if I'm actually ever going to get there, or if that's just la la land, you know what I mean? So their feelings can be very changeable. I feel like if you hit them on the wrong day, they might be a little crabby, a little withdrawn, because they're trying not to be too hopeful, they're trying not to be too foolish, and then the next time they might be like, oh my gosh, just their heart soaring, completely open. Four of Pentacles reverse, right? They're just everything open, believing in everything, right? And so it's like they don't really know how to regulate themselves and kind of mirror like what their heart wants and the happy endings that they believe in with the real world. And they don't really know how to like, okay, here's end game, this beautiful life that I want to have with you, and then okay, here's how to get there, right? So for example, it's kind of different, but for example, like I have a lot for like stick to itiveness with it, if that makes sense, with it and how to hone it on a day-to-day basis. And so it would be sometimes this nebulous feeling, or I would feel like inadequate to go and do certain things in the arts because I was like, well, what about the technical skills, or what, should I have more credentials, or should I just have more experience, like should I have that? It's like this person feels like they just need to know how to be in a relationship or be more consistent emotionally and see the results of it over a long period of time, and I don't think that they have that right now. And so that's kind of how they're feeling, is a little bit back and forth as they figure out, feel a little uncomfortable because sometimes they don't know what they're doing, they don't know where it's going, and it makes them feel like, I don't think they like that feeling, but they're like, okay, but I'm still showing up, I'm still trying. And then other times they feel like they have a very clear vision and it could all make sense and they can be in a different headspace. But overall, I feel like it's good. I think that this person just needs to maybe manage their different crises and stuff in their personal life better, and just trust themselves as they learn how to be more consistent in relationships, or if they learn to be more positively mindset. Y'all know what I mean. And that would help them, I think, in the connection. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for their current feelings. All right. And then he said, personal growth. For personal growth for Alana. I love all this rain, y'all. Personal growth for Alana. Okay, we have 9 of Pentacles reversed. We have 5 of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oh goodness. 6 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles reversed. 2 of Wands. Ace of Swords reversed. 8 of Wands. A leading card here of King of Swords reversed. And the 2 of Cups. Okay. Sorry, I'm behind it over here. I put it to the side. No matter what I do, I always lean to that side. Okay. All right. We out here. So, personal growth. Now, just coming off the relationship and seeing that person show up as the King of Swords, and here they're the King of Swords reversed with the 2 of Cups, I would say that this situation can kind of interfere with your health concerns and your money, your finances, your security, okay? I think that while your relationships can be a huge source of inspiration for you, when they're going good, you feel phenomenal. You're like, I'm gonna take on the world. Shoot, here's my fate's in my hand. I'm gonna do what I want. Like, I am who I should be. I deserve to be blessed. You have this huge energy. But I feel like when you get disinterested in your relationships, or they're not going 1000% how you would like them to go, there could be that energy of kind of giving up on yourself, or feeling lackluster in your health or in your career or finances, and not really investing in yourself the way that you should, okay? I don't know what your 6th house placements are. You might have Leo or a relationship oriented kind of sign there. I know that those placements that are more relationship or more like social on the 6th house can make it so that it's harder to focus on our work and on our health and day-to-day things if we're not like a connection with other people. When we do, we feel more inspired and we feel more worthy of success in those areas. So you might want to take a look at your 6th house energy, and also your 10th and your 2nd house, okay? 2nd house is self-esteem, it's personal finances, and 10th house is career and reputation. Those are all the earth houses. Because we have a lot of finances, you think it's like you have to put some of that in your pocket. What, catch the fallen star, put it in your pocket, never let it fade away, okay? Literally catch the fallen star. So I feel like it's a good time to focus on your own health concerns. I think we're already having a lot of planets shift out of Virgo, so it's easy for all of us to start slipping up. And we already have these planets going into Libra. We're going to start thinking of ourselves in regards to, like, through other people's eyes, and maybe just wanting to focus on things like, well, this is what someone thinks is pretty, so this is what I need to do for myself, things of that nature, instead of being in that deeper mindset of, this is what's good for my body, this is, I feel good when I eat this way, I feel good when I am efficient this way, when I provide for myself this way, things of that nature. So it's saying, don't slip out of those good habits. I feel like you do have the ability to form very good habits. It just takes you a while to get into them, right? So it's that Two of Wands. Give yourself that 2 weeks to get your mindset back into taking care of yourself. Now the Five of Pentacles is reversed. So again, Five of Pentacles reversed, Six of Wands here, with the Ace of Pentacles dropping from the heavens. You do have the ability to bounce back. I don't know if you've been deciding, should you be in other people, work for someone else, should you work for yourself, if you're trying to get clients, if you have your own business, or if you're trying to merge better with coworkers and bosses in your own career. Hey, Odara. But you could be feeling like you don't get the attention or respect that you think that you would like to have or deserve in your day-to-day career and things of that nature. So I would kind of, try to take your root chakra causes into your own hand. You have the Two of Wands here, right? And you have two aces in both of them. So I feel like they go well together. You have the pentacle and the sword, and that's reminding me kind of like the staff and the globe thing that when they crown people, right, that they hold. So it's like you got to crown yourself, mind and body together, and be like, look, we know that we're attractive. We know that we have tons of inspiration and creativity and passion. We know that. You have tons of heart. It's the mind over matter, but it's not just mind over matter. It's mind and matter working together, okay? The pentacle reverse that everyone's so afraid of in the world, that just means earth over like mind, like earth over spirit. So drawing in earth concerns and working in this realm more. So you might need to tether yourself here more and see it as an honorable thing to be in a physical body and having a physical experience. Like that's a spiritual experience too, just like trees, right? We see trees can be so spiritual and beautiful. They're not valued less just because they're a physical object, but sometimes we can think that way when we're in our emotions or spiritual woo-woo. So this is like, ground yourself a lot more. You might even, once you feel like you can caretake them, have more nature around you, plants, growth, definitely connect to earth element a lot more, and try to uproot some negative habits. We have the Ace of Swords here, but don't really think of it like, oh, these bad habits, they're so awful, I can't balance my checkbook, or I don't know if anyone does that still, but probably earth signs. I can feel the Virgos looking at me. Don't we all just look at our electronic list? No, I do go and check that, y'all, and I watch it like a hawk, okay? I just don't write it in a checkbook. It's electronic. So it's like you don't have to beat yourself up over past habits. Just change your mind over and be like, oh no, this is what we're on now. Like, this is how I think. Even if you have to literally tell yourself that when you have a bad thought, oh no, I don't know about that, but this is how I think. And tell yourself, man, I think about my health. Shoot, that's what I think about. And just, think of it that way. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you right now for personal growth. I think you're gonna do amazing. I think your bounce back is gonna be stupendous. Okay, because we have it's like you have the trampoline bounce back of the Six of Wands and the clouds here, and then you have the Eight of Wands propelling you. That's how far you go. You go over the success of the Seven of Wands all the way through the Eight of Wands. Like, that's amazing. So I think you're gonna do very well, and love is gonna work itself out. They ain't even worried. You're over here worrying about this Three of Swords and this action. That's gonna happen. You got your little wand under there, so I wouldn't worry about this. You might just have to, get them straight. I'm seeing this club like, get them straight, okay? But don't let it worry you, okay? All right. Yes, personal growth reading. Love it. Sorry if it's a bit muffled when I'm leaning forward like that. Avia Karuk. Yay. Blessed up. Two of Cups. Oh, Two of Cups with the Six of Cups. Who got a crush on me? Ah. You're welcome. Somebody I used to know. Somebody from way back when. Aw. Don't be worried. It's like Nine of Swords. Ah, she knows. Okay. I'm feeling like all blushing now. Like not me, but like someone else's energy. Okay. So next we have Amaris, who's at work, but we're gonna hold it down for you. Amaris says, I want to know what are his feelings for me, because he won't really open up. And oh wait, no, that was Alana. Just kidding. I just read the A name. Hey, Hemi, I'm at work, would like a reading, won't be able to respond. So we would like to know, how does Tyler feel about Amaris? 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 Yes. Okay, we had a bunch of cards. The Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles upright, Ace of Wands, and we have the Star. Okay, this King of a Sword, God of Swords in here, big Aquarius vibes, because we do even have the Star as well. We also have strong fire energy and water. Okay. So this person, they definitely feel that you're a very sensitive person. You're somebody that can make them feel at home and very nurtured, when I think a lot of times they don't feel at home. I think they feel very they remind me of starseed energy, like an Aquarian type energy, where they just don't feel at home where they're at. They always feel like they're too different from everybody. They always feel like they're isolated and like detached. And I think when you guys have falling outs, they feel that way. I think they take it very devastatingly. They might cover it up with some anger, but I think that even your friendship or just connecting to them means a lot. And if there would ever be like you guys icing each other out or blocking each other, that would really hurt this person. It looks like maybe you've pulled away emotionally. I do see you be very sensitive, but it looks like you're looking away from the situation and maybe walking away from certain aspects of this connection. And I think that they take that very hard, even if ironically they're the one who sometimes like gets mad and blocks. It's one of the this is reminding me of like when I was way younger, you know, when you're like mad. I didn't do it too much, but mostly it was other people. But you know, when you're like so upset with your friend that you try to like back in the day, hang up on them before they hang up on you, but really you're just upset because they're gonna hang up. But you don't mean it. Y'all, I hate being hung up on. Like, that's a pet peeve for me. If someone clicks on me, no, forget, don't play on my phone. Oh my God. Anyways, but it's that kind of feeling like, no, I'm gonna not be friends, so you can't not be friends with me first. Like, you know, when you're a kid, it's that kind of vibe. So if this person sometimes pulls away, it's mostly when they think that you're going to, and they don't want to be devastated, so then they do it. They have that kind of energy here. So they have a mixed perception. Honestly, I think some of their past like betrayals and hurts and just their own weird philosophy of not really feeling like they fit in anywhere strongly affects how they interpret your interactions and how they feel about you and what's going on. I think they can feel very much at home with you, but that's not a feeling that they're used to, so it's weird to them. I'm literally seeing that when E.T. was in the closet with all the stuffed animals, you know, on E.T., and he's just like this little alien head with all the stuffed animals. I think that's how this person feels. Like, okay, I'm fitting in, I'm trying to camouflage, but at the same time, like, I'm not a fuzzy stuffed animal, and sooner or later someone's gonna notice me. And so I think they feel that way. They feel a little bit awkward. They have a lot of thoughts and opinions and desires and attraction towards you, absolutely, I think. But I think a lot of things that you say really kind of destabilize them and really hit home for them, or just, I don't even know if it's hit home because they don't have a sense of home, but like you hit them in a way that makes their like mind blown, or makes them be caught off guard or something of that nature, right? And so they don't know what to do with all of that, because they're somebody who usually is more guarded and more cold. So yeah, I see all different kinds of energy. I don't know if this is all just theirs, or if you guys have been kind of back and forth a bit and had your kind of coming together and then being apart, blocking each other, or things of that nature. But I do think that this is a connection that has a lot of chemistry and can be very beautiful. Definitely a lot of chemistry. The Ace of Wands and the Star can be very beautiful. I think your spirits have, connected with each other's in other realms even, or in other lifetimes. But I also think that it's something that can really fall to shambles if you guys aren't careful. And you might decide, that's more efficient for you, because I think that you're a very sensitive person and you have maybe more emotional experience, and this other person, they're more logical and more cerebral about how they connect, and more passion driven, as far as yeah, they have to have like a passion, almost like a Knight of Swords together, this king of Swords with the Ace of Wands. They have to like have a philosophy of thought that they really follow, that connects with their inner core of what they're thinking, and then they passionately go after that kind of blindly. And I think that you feel your way more through connections, and you want to nurture people. You want to right the wrongs and the wounds and everything that people go through. So it's kind of a different experience that you guys are both looking to bring to the table, kind of. And so if communication gets off, if communication gets too blunt, if anyone starts playing games of like, well, I'm detaching, I don't need you, I'm detaching, I don't need you, I think you guys could really have a lot of the feeling of being betrayed, or like you guys will take that rejection very hard. And I think even if it's like the slightest thing, you guys really can, because I think that sense of home and sacred safe space with each other is it's a very tender thing. I don't think that maybe they don't open up emotionally a lot, and you don't open up to changing your thoughts and philosophies a lot, and you guys can try to change each other, or at least expand each other. But if that space isn't respected, I think that you guys can be very hurt. So this person has kind of like a lot of like, it's almost like a little minefield. Like you gotta go over the moat, and there's barbed wire, and there's all these kind of things around their feelings. It's more about their process. It's more about them evaluating who you are and seeing if that fits in to their way of how they control and protect themselves, I think. So sometimes it's not even going to be anything that you do or say. It's going to be just their reaction to kind of your essence of how you do things. But overall, I feel like this person thinks you guys could blend, because look how beautiful is this. We have the King of Swords, which is very Aquarian and cerebral, and he has this out of this world kind of way of thinking, and we have this watery but grounded Queen of Cups, and look at how they're coming together, the stars and the water, and they have healing, and they can do great things in the world and be connected. So I think this person's trying to work on that connection. I think they have a lot of attraction, and I think that they, the Four of Wands is, if they do it, it's going to be because they want this connection to work, and they're very free will based with all of this. They're very much about, they're not going to do it because they're emotionally manipulated into it, or because the universe says they have to, even though they feel this pull, kindred spirit with you. It's going to be because they choose to, but to them that's a higher form of love that means a lot. So I think maybe they just kind of hope you figure all this stuff out about them, and can somehow swim through all of these booby traps that they have, and keep connecting with them, because I do feel like they want to. It's kind of like having to be groundwater and all of a sudden come up around their ankles, help them catch some feelings is kind of the feeling that they have. And if you're already in a relationship, I mean, it would make sense, all these different interactions and things. I think that they're just trying to, I think they're trying to be present, but they got a ways to go. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing for you and Tyler Amiris. Yay. Oh, hey, Otara. You said you just sent a payment. Perfect. Hey, everybody coming through. Blessings as always. We'll do some potluck style general and crystals and Lenormand and stuff. And if you guys want your readings done that way, let me know. I'm going to scroll up. I think we're caught up on the readings, and that we can get right into Adara's. Oh my gosh, you guys know what song that I have in my head is, I told y'all I've been watching mukbangs all the time. Not all the time, I just barely when I can or something, or in the background, but that's what I've been watching. And Baby Magic likes them. So she'll be like, yeah, she'll climb up in front of me, and her whole head in front of the computer screen. And so I have Casey Connections, her opening that she does. I have that stuck in my head over and over right now. I was just watching it while I was trying to wait to let the stream come on. Okay. Let's see, for Odara, hey, any messages from Odara's guides? You've been seeing so many synchronicities, yes, and repeating numbers increasingly since January this year. I love it. Any messages from Odara's guides? Any messages from Odara's guides? Okay, they're going to have me throw a few crystals on it too. They say, get those crystals. It'll be interesting if the ones that I'm seeing come out. Okay. Any messages from Odara's guides? Just giving it a good shuffle. Okay, there we go. One popped off. We have the Three of Wands. I love it. That's that energy. They are always walking with you. They are always walking with you, and good energy and good grace is what I'm hearing here. Temperance reverse. Yep, ready to share their wisdom and come through. The Moon card, we have Son of Wands reverse, King of Swords reverse, Three of Cups reverse. Look, I think you should connect with your muses as well. We have the God of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. We have the Daughter of Swords, Page of Swords reversed, and we have the Eight of Swords. So they say that they would connect with you even more intensely, but they feel like you're still a little hesitant, still a little shy, still a little bit in your earth energy. You could also be afraid of hearing their answers to certain things. So they're like, we would tell you more, but you're kind of worried we'd be too blunt sometimes, and so you don't really want to know. But they're like, that's kind of your answer, basically. Like, if you're too nervous to ask us, then you kind of know what your answer is, because like, you know what I mean, it answers itself. I think I see that you wonder their opinion on certain people, like romantic suitors and people in your lives, and they're like, yep, if you're too shy to ask us directly because you don't want to hear a tough answer, your intuition just told you what we would have said. You're welcome, Amaris. Okay, that makes sense. The obstacles and all of that, it makes sense. Thank you for the feedback, Amaris. I appreciate that, and you're very welcome. Yes. So, and thank you for wait a minute. Sorry, there's spirit guides. I do feel them very intensely right here, but they have very good humor, and I feel the energy of your muses and creative energy around as well. It's like they're allowing them to come through as well and say, connect with that energy of your talents, your creativity. Okay. I see them dropping a lot of ideas. It's almost like they have this invention machine. They're just like, boop, 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 here's another one. And they love connecting with your natural talents and gifts. I feel like they're trying to bring in a lot of people who will support it. So if you're always hearing or seeing messages about furthering your gifts, like you, for instance, I mentioned earlier, like writing oh my gosh, I'm stuttering so much. It's Gemini Moon, y'all. Writing a astrology book, right? I could just keep running into people who are like, yeah, they have publishing companies and they would love to publish an astrology book from me, right? So that's something that over the years it happens repeatedly, it comes up. And so I feel like you have things like that where you might be like, oh yeah, that's so funny, like thank you, but then internally you're like, I'm not ready for that yet, but like in the future I'll do that. And so they're saying, no, the future is now, like you're ready. You have to get a little bit more bold, a little less shy in some of your projects, because they feel like you're sitting on a lot of like inventions or ideas or creativity, things of that nature, and they're like, you're basically sitting on a pile of gold. Like you could have all that out here and be doing all of that. Yes. And sorry, I'm waiting for this chat to come through, y'all. The chat is a little delayed because I can't see it on my computer. Let's see, where'd it go? Okay, yeah, I can't scroll on this phone because it's going to make me exit the live, and I don't want that. Oh, there it goes. I wonder what the energy of your guides is like. Yes, get a reading or do a meditation and check in. Yeah, sorry, it feels a bit nebulous. Honestly, I feel a very Piscean vibe. We have the Moon, the Nine of Cups, and we have the Three of Cups here. I do feel a very Piscean. I feel Sagittarius and Pisces energy with your guides. I think part of it is they're bringing in that Muses energy, which is always has a very Piscean feel to it. Like the graces, the, like, I don't know, just I don't know how y'all will know when you tap into it. Yeah, I feel that vibe, and I feel like the chilled out side of Sagittarius, and they're kind of saying that. And so you might worry sometimes that they're gonna come at you too feisty, and I really don't feel like they are. They're pretty chill. They're kind of like, they have that edge of like Aquarius or Sagittarius, but not in the way where they're gonna hand you your ass. Um, they feel very also present, like they have this energy, Odara, of walking with you almost like in the way that ancestors walk with you, like in a very physical way. So you might physically feel your guides around you in a way that not all people do. Some people, they're a bit more, up in the other realms, and like you connect to them when you kind of channel out. I feel like yours are very, very present, like they have a grounded presence. So I think that for at least one of yours here, you've incarnated with them. Like they're a spirit that's definitely spent time in incarnations, and you would recognize them, and like they stayed up there to be your homie on the other side basically, and guide you from the side. But they have a very grounded nature to them, and a very good business sense. So that's mostly what I see for them, is that they're really letting you know they're not going to chew you out. They're not going to give you a tough time. They're here with love. They're here to help you with your wishes and your dreams. And they think that you are just so talented, and they really just want to urge you to use your gifts more, because they're like, look, you could be rich. I don't know if you are or not, but they're just like, look, come on now. Come on now, how many moons? How many moons are we gonna? They're like, you've done the work. You go to the bottom of your spirit, of your soul. Like you go into deep meditations or prayers or whatever it is, manifesting. Like they feel like you do all that work. It's like excavation. You deserve to take all of that. Not that I want to use a excavation. Okay, I don't like that metaphor, but you got to get all the goods. Like you furrow the ground, now take the harvest. I like that better. You try to be open to messages that you may not like. Yes, you always have so many ideas. Yes. So that's what I see. I think also that they will channel through when you do a lot of artwork or any type of fluid movement with your body. Even I'm getting like, if you were to be like rowing a boat or doing yoga or doing some kind of dance or any kind of creative, relaxing, repetitive movements. Even I'm seeing when you're like, if you were braiding someone's hair, anything like that has like this spiritual kind of repetitive movement of body and spirit, where you just, how your mind just starts to relax and you just start channeling into that, they would be very present. And I think you would get a lot of messages, because that's kind of the mind state, the mix of body and spirit and creativity that you would need to be in for them to just channel in and speak with you more intuitively. And I am getting a big thing about hair. I am, and especially braiding hair. So I don't know if you braid, or if you've been thinking about getting into braid, or you're connecting with someone who braids hair, or something of that nature. But that is, I'm getting a huge energy charge towards that. Something in like the heart chakra, the throat chakra here. Yeah, that's going to be something important, and it could be something connected with creativity or spiritual connection with somebody. So yes, that's what I'm seeing for you. They're like, basically, that's all I need to tell you. They're here. They're with you. These are the ways to connect with them even more intensely. And they're blessing everything. You recently started growing locks. Okay. Yes, because look at. Mm-hmm. They are still saying braids, too, though. I did see locks for a minute, but then they're saying, yeah. I think that they like the hair journey, though. I think they like the hair journey, and I'm seeing it long, like long. So I wonder, I don't know what your path that you're considering is with your hair, but I think that it could be one that's going to be very beautiful and fruitful for you to have that, and to connect with your own spiritual symbolism with that. And that's something that they really like. Yeah, the Two of Cups is jumping out back here. Oh, I love it. I love just how personal, like our spirit crews, they know us. Like they're so personal. They're not just, there's some things just like all of us, cancers can relate to each other or whatever. There's certain things that, spirit guides, they can have that kind of nebulous energy sometimes. And I used to not like that nebulous spirit guide energy, right? Or even like our ancestors, it's like collective, just ancestors. But really when you connect, you start feeling those different particular energies of, your guardian beings and your helpful beings. And I really love that. I appreciate the spirit world so much. Yes. Yay. That's fun. Maybe it's the history of it. Maybe it's the history of the hair stories, you know. There's actually I'm still gonna get that oracle too. I remember when I was mad because someone said something about using the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. They thought it was just all afros in it. They were trying to be slick and be rude. They're not here anymore, but I was like, there's actually an entire oracle that I want to get for the channel if anyone wants to bless us up with that. And it is the wisdom of hair, and it's just a whole journey of, it's all black hair, all different styles and just different things, but it's a real oracle. Like, it ties into all the themes we can use in the reading, but it's very beautiful. Melanated oracle, and I don't have an oracle either yet that's melanated oracle, so I would love that representation. And it's by someone who has, what's her name, she has a channel on here. I know she speaks French. I think she's in Canada right now. You have to come back when you get paid. Yes, absolutely, we can do a session or a reading on here. Oh, look, I told you, Odara, they just said, Bohemian, you didn't throw crystals for us. Okay, so back to Odara's reading. Let me throw some crystals with that because I had them wrong, y'all. Okay. No, my phone's trying to be like, in this session. No, it's a good session. Don't end it. Okay, hopefully it won't click out. You know, sometimes my phone be wonky. Okay. Yep, there it is. They say put your hand back in there. There it is. And I can't, there's so many crystals in here. I can't even just, I mean, if I did it psychically, intuitively, I could pick one, but I can't just feel like, oh, I'm going to grab this one. Boom, there it is. Just off the top, just from feeling when I'm distracted, y'all. So I kept seeing this one when they were telling me to get crystals. So your dice came out as a 6, but we'll roll it. We got a 3, so relationships being very big, and Libra season's going to really, really hit for you. I feel like you're going to connect a lot more to a lot of people socially. So your social circle is really going to grow, and they're going to help that thrive. Again, I'm getting the feeling of business with you. I don't know what they want to change in your business life. And this could be a home business, because this can also relate to bettering situations that have been difficult with like family or our home lives. But I am seeing that, and I am also seeing travel opportunities, and again, Sagittarian energy coming up. So basically they're like, gird your loins, get that confidence up, and work on having your inner self match the outer self that you show people, you know. So you know how like sometimes we go to talk, this would happen to me, I'd be so shy, I wouldn't talk sometimes at school, plus I would just be, you know, chill and a little bit more mature than the rest of the class. But then sometimes I go to talk and it was like squeak, like I was quiet for so long that my voice was gone. Like that much, y'all, that much Pisces. And so I get this feeling with the solar plexus, sometimes you can be so low key that when you go to express yourself, then it doesn't come out right. You're like, oh shoot, squeak squeak. I'm trying to get my expression out, like I'm trying to show people who I am. So they want you to work on that that knob on your solar plexus turning up when you want to be seen and having that expression outwardly, and then when you're ready to dial it down and be low key to yourself. Tiger's eye is amazing for that, for our auric energy, for being seen and being like, back off, don't mess with me, or you know, whatever we need to express externally, or to actually have that invisibility energy where people are like, wow, I didn't even know you were there until you spoke, because our auras are so, you know, self-preserving. Tiger's eye can help unlock that, y'all, and I didn't know it until I wore it, and I needed it in certain situations, and it taught me that. Fire agate here, yes, again, creativity, passion, forward movement. It's like they, again, it's that feeling, they're like, you could be getting money for these ideas, what are you doing? Let's go, let's go, let's go. So they're going to be bringing networking in for you for all of these creative opportunities. So yes, get it. You're welcome. They're like, thank you. Thank you. I like using crystals. They have a good vibe, which makes sense because you have a good vibe. So sometimes our guides and spirit crews are kind of opposite us, and sometimes they're just like us. And usually there's a blend of between our ancestors, you know, and our spirit guides and everything. Usually there's a blend of what we need in the right mix. Some of them that are a little opposite, some that are a little the same. Alrighty. Who wants to go next? Anybody else want to get a reading? Let me know. Send in $15 to Cash App or PayPal, and we'll go ahead and get your reading on. Get your reading on. Let's do a general reading. Let's see. We're going to use a unicorn oracle. We'll use an abundance angel oracle. We'll throw a few crystals and a couple of Lenormand, okay? This is for all you wonderful, delicious, scrumdiddlyumptious, nutritious people. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm hungry. Y'all know that's my Taurus coming out. I'm hungry. For everybody on this live right now who is showing the love, liking the video, chatting the chat, okay? Or anybody who will afterwards, go ahead and just hit that like afterwards, y'all, and go ahead and get you part of this good juju. All right, so we have 3 cards. The unicorns were like, we would like 3 actually, Bohemian, not just 1 card. Let's be clear. We have decide, just be yourself, and curiosity. Oh, the bunnies! Thank you, bunnies. I had 2 bunnies that passed away. And I just feel like that was a shout out for them. So if you guys have animals that have crossed over, I feel like this is them coming through saying, hey, love and blessings from them. You have an hour before food. Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. Should we all go on a 1 hour fast? Solidarity. Okay, now from Lenormand we have the stork and the scythe. So yes, I do feel like this is I feel like a strong animal message. So I'll go into this part and then we'll go into the other side of things. But for those of you who have had loved ones who are animals cross over, I feel like they are very present and they are encouraging you and they're kind of there when you're indecisive and not knowing what's going on in life. They're blessing you from the other side with connections. They might be sending other animal helpers to you or animals who are in need of help and just wanting you to continue connecting with the external world. Some of you, this is so personal to me, oh my gosh, I'll tell you in a minute. Some of you are getting ready to have a child or have had a child recently and they're just giving their blessing and acknowledging that beautiful change or addition to the family. Now some of you, this is a message coming through from your animal. So if you don't have, you're learning your bond of animal communication with them, this is the things that they are thinking. Okay, they said a couple more of these. These are the things that they're thinking when they're looking at you and loving you and supporting you. They are wanting you to be courageous. They're not wanting you to be full of worry. They're wanting you to believe in yourself, and they feel like, no, like if you just follow your natural curiosity and you believe in yourself and you go with the changes and cycles of life, because animals do, they know about that kind of thing, that you will get like, it's basically like, how could the world not love you? How could they not? And they just feel like they support you. You might be getting some animal reiki from them, like it's like energy basically from them. Like cat's purrs are literally seen to be healing. There could be also, for some of you, this could be an animal that's around one of your loved ones who is sick, okay? I am seeing the letters Q and J and D being important, okay? And C, and maybe also N. So if you maybe there's someone who's been ill and you guys have been like keeping the animal out the room, keeping the animal out, you might let that animal go and sit with them. It could bring them peace and it could bring them a lot of healing. Actually, this animal might be like, no, I'm trying to come in and bring some healing. So for me, I had 2 bunnies and they were older. They were years old, and one of them passed away, but she passed away literally when we did the calculations. It was like the day that I got pregnant, like the day that the conception would have happened within, like boom. And it was a full moon, of course. Everything's very lunar with me and my pregnancy and everything. And but she was at a friend's. I had been on the road doing things at Standing Rock and things of that nature, and I came back, and so my friend was in a different town over and was going to bring me the bunny. She had been caretaking them while I was gone, and so then she let me know, like she messaged, she said, oh, she's not feeling well, she's not eating. Now bunny was a Taurus, okay? That's when Taurus get to the point they're not eating, something's wrong. And I felt it. So I do animal communication, and that we had a very strong connection, and I channeled in with her. And she basically just let me know, like, no, I'm gonna go now, and you have other things. I don't want to be an additional thing you have to caretake. I think it's time for me to step down, basically. And she didn't spill the beans about the pregnancy. It's a funny story. I had felt it for, all these kind of things, and I went and tested and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, baby announced herself her own way a few weeks later when she wanted it to be known. I think she was still deciding. but she ended up passing away, but her energy would even be around, and kids that would come over would see her afterwards, and the other bunny that was there would take off and play with her spirit, and we would see her. And she had the most magical burial that I've ever seen. Like literally when we went to dig her grave, fireflies were right there in the ground, like just lighting up, and we were like, oh my gosh. And these frogs started singing this strange song and all of these kind of things, like that we had never heard, like people who grew up in the country around frogs. Like it was just very, very magical. It started sprinkling and raining, and like when we left and all these deer came out like where we were, and she just had the most magical burial. And so yes, I just feel that energy, that love. There's a little fly here. Flies are abundance though. Every time a fly bothers me, I get like abundance coming in, so pass that on to y'all. So anyways, I'm just sharing. Maybe it's time, you guys, if you want to think about your loved ones who have passed away, if you want to share stories about them, if you're going through a tough time by from the loss of ones, I feel like this is just a comfortable or comforting reading, with love coming from your animal friends and love being given back to them, and just honoring your connection and all the blessings. So she was such a sweetheart. And my other bunny, I didn't know how long he would last without her, because bunnies bond. So he made sure baby came okay and that I was okay, and I knew it as soon as she passed. I said, he's gonna wait until I'm okay and he's gonna go. I just knew. And he was an Aquarius bunny, and I'll have to share their bonding story because that's funny, right? Aquarius and Taurus. She punished him, okay, and spoiler alert, because he didn't have a clue, but he waited until a couple months after baby was born, and then he passed too. I came back from the grocery store, I had all the veggies, and I was like, hey, his name was Hutton, her name